Hey, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to GEG. This is our January 2021 meeting. Feels so weird to say that. Welcome, everybody. I'm Monica Wainscott from Beechwood Independent Schools.
I'm Lauren Rata, and I'm the digital learning coach in Oldham County. And I also have Harrison joining me here today.
He's for us today. David Allen. I am working in Jefferson County. And then our guest, who you'll see in a little bit from Gina Lee, is Conchi.
Yeah, we're very excited. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to share genially with educators today.
Thank you.
Go ahead and hit that. Oh, move her down for a minute. All right, so are we ready to get started? So this is our January 2021 monthly meeting.
Yep.
And I am David Allen. I am one of the co-leaders for GEG Kentucky.
Yep. And then we are missing a couple people today, but David and Lauren and I are here to share everything that we have put together today. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the back channel document. There's a link in the top right corner for back channel questions, or we will, you can put your questions in the chat and we will answer them as we go. So Lauren has some updates for us for what's new in Google.
Absolutely. And I'd like to share my screen too, if that's okay, so that I can click on a few things. Here we go. And so, as always, I just want to remind you of the G Suite Updates blog. I will be here every month to tell you about the newest, latest, and greatest updates by Google, and specifically those updates that obtain to educators. But if at any time you want to know what is that latest and greatest, don't forget you can also go to the gsuiteupdates.google.blog.com to access this. And here you will find all of the I should call them workspace updates now. Don't forget that you can filter this when you're searching by product. So you can just go to just specific Google applications. So if I just wanted to know just maybe about Google Classroom, I can click Google Classroom. You can filter it by date and go just by specific month, as well as subscribing by email or by specific feed. So let's come back here to our G Suite blog. And let's look at our updates for just this month. I kind of went through, there are, I would say, almost 100 updates since our November meeting. But I went through and kind of just filtered out those that I thought that you might be interested in. And so the first one I want to showcase here is the raising hand tool in Google Meet. And so I'm sure a lot of you all have found this very beneficial. It might be that you're using it with your students for them to participate in a Google Meet, whether that's asking a question or agreeing with something, or it could be you're using it with other educators. So this is great for facilitating whole group meetings. And how it works is all you do, as you can see down here, it pops up now, you can raise your hand here, as well as lower your hand when you want to take it down. For teachers, my favorite thing about it is you can lower their hand for them, as well as if you're presenting. I love that while I'm presenting, a little notification comes up on my screen and lets me know that a student or teacher has raised their hand. So I know that there is something that needs to be addressed. So great tool to help us with running our Google Meets. The next I'd like to talk to us about is the changes to workspace policies. You may have noticed they've had a lot of announcements about the storage of Google Photos, but just keep in mind, click on that and check out the other changes that are coming to docs, sheets, slides, drawings, forms, and Jamboard. And so as you'll notice later in June, any newly created of those apps will count towards your storage limit. So I think that everyone with using all of everyone getting on tech a little bit more often now, Google is having to limit their storage a little bit. And so just watch for those updates so that you know how that might impact you personally. The next that I absolutely love is the page orientation in Docs. There are so many times where I've had content in Docs and I wished, my first page, I'd love it in portrait, but the next one, I'd love it in landscape. And that wasn't possible. Well, now guess what? It is possible. As you can see in this great GIF, especially with tables, you can highlight the content, right click, and click that change to landscape, and it will move that to the next page and put it in that other page orientation. Very, very helpful. The next update I want to quickly talk about is improvements to PDF imports. I know that a lot of you probably pull in PDFs into your docs, and you've noticed that at times you have had issues with the import, whether that's the images kind of look different, the text wrapping, could be the text styles and formatting margins. And so now that's going to look a little bit more seamless when you upload those. So look for those updates. The next one is the new commenting interface. And although this is going to show us an example of the new commenting interface on a cellular device, you will notice when you're in the app on the web browser that it does look different too. And so you'll notice that it has like shortcuts now. It helps predict text. It allows you that quick access to mention someone with the @ symbol, and it lets you scroll through commenting a little bit easier. Just makes it a little bit more efficient within all of these applications. So check out that new commenting interface. The next is, along with a lot of other updates, you can now customize your text style and appearance in Google Sites. A lot of us are big fans of Google Sites, and so am I, and they've had a lot of updates, but the one that came up in December is adjusting that text size, color, font spacing, and more. And so check that out, because I think that'll help with your physical appearance to your site. And last but not least is the Smart Compose in Comments with spell check and in Google Docs. So if you click here, you'll notice that now we have Smart Compose within Google Docs commenting. And so as you start typing, it's going to give you suggestions on what you might want to say, as well as spell check. And so that might be helpful for us as we're trying to give feedback to students or some peer feedback to colleagues. A great tool to help support us there within Google Docs and in the commenting. So those are kind of our updates for Google in the last 2 months since we've been apart. And just those kind of I wanted to highlight as educators, but don't forget, you can always go to that Google Suite Updates blog and check out those daily updates.
Okay, so now with our presentation on Genially, all the way from Spain by Atlanta, where it's cold there today too. Please welcome from Genially, Conchi.
Thank you so much, David. I'm super excited to be sharing Genially with educators, Google educators in Kentucky today. So hopefully you will find, for those of you who don't know Genially yet, you will find it a very useful tool to create interactive learning resources for the classroom. That's what Genially is used primarily. Okay, so I'm going to show you the tool. So what I'm going to cover is what is Genially. I'll go through the basics of the tool, a little bit about the company as well. Genially in the classroom, I'll show you some examples on how you can use Genially so that you can see the potential of everything you can create. I will do a hands-on demonstration. It won't take very long, but you will see how beautiful the creations are, how easy they can be made. And number 4, I'll answer any questions that you may have. I'll have a promo code for those of you who would like to buy, and I'll leave you my contact information if you need anything. I said I'll have a promo code, but really Genially is free to use. So I really encourage you to register for free. There's a lot you can do for free. The premium plan is going to give you more functionalities, but really get started with the free one and you will see how much you can get done. So I'm not here to sell today. So what is Genially? As I said, Genially is a content creation tool that teachers are using to create interactive learning resources. Anything from lessons, presentations, digital breakouts for the class, posters, anything, interactive images, anything. When we created Genially, we were not planning for it to be a tool for educators, but the minute it came out, teachers are so fast that they made it theirs. And since that moment, I would say 80% of the people that uses Genially are educators, okay? And it was about time that we changed the way we teach and we communicate. Essentially, we believe at Genially that there's two ways we can communicate with our students or with other teachers. And the traditional way of communication is with the static content. So this is what we're used to. Really, it is basically like a chunk of text, a photo, and a link. If I click on this YouTube link, it would take me outside the presentation and I will lose my students. And the other way of communicate, the one we believe in, is the interactive way of communication. So on the right side of the screen, you have exactly the same information that you have on the left, but it's done with Genially. First of all, it's prettier, it's much more beautiful than the other one. And most importantly, it's much easier for the students to digest the information that you're trying to teach or you're trying to tell them, okay? So it's much easier to digest, and the student has an active role. He's able to explore by himself, and it's much more engaging this way. The YouTube video that you saw in here, you can embed, okay? If I click here, it's embedded and it displays on here, and the same is true for many other applications. Very popular, it is the maps, so you can have Google Maps embedded in here and they display in real time and you can move around in the map. And the same with Google Forms, so there's a lot you can embed and see within your learning experience or communication experience. So essentially, we could say with the static content, you're putting your students to sleep, and with the interactive content, you're engaging your students. They're engaged with the content you're showing. Until now, the problem was that this type of content was very hard or very expensive to develop. So you had to be like a designer or a programmer or both, or hire somebody to do it because it was difficult. But with Genially, we've created a very powerful tool that is super easy to use. Anybody with basic computer skills can create this type of materials, and it's affordable. You get started for free. There's a lot you can do, and then it's not expensive at all. So you're able to level up your classroom materials with Genially. And the templates is what, and you'll see later, the templates is what educators like the most, because they're just, we have a lot and they're pretty, they're really stunning. I've been talking about learning units and classroom materials, but in this slide, you can see all the type of categories of creations that you can do in Genially. So you can create presentations, dossiers, infographics, I forgot to mention before. Normally, to create all these type of creations, you would need 5 or 6 tools. But with Genially, you only need the one tool, and you're able to cover all your needs for content creation. And I'll show you some examples so that you can see. This is a presentation done as a learning unit. I'll show you. So this could be like an interactive lesson for STEM. The templates are very rich. So it's not just a few slides that you get. This template, for example, comes with 47 slides. So it's a lot of different layouts and design. I normally select all of them and delete the ones that I'm not going to use. So you get a lot, really. Dossiers. This is used by, I'll let it load, by schools, for the website maybe, or for sending information to parents. These type of creations are very useful as well. Okay. I'll show you an infographic that is really a choice board. We have found educators in the US love choice boards, so they're very popular at the moment. So there's templates within Genially that you can use for choice boards as well. Okay, you know better than me how to use a choice board, so I'm not going to go into that, but just letting you know that there's templates for choice boards that you can use. Okay. For gamification and learning experiences, I'll show you some of the quizzes you can create. So this is a template as well. It's a video quiz. So it's a lot of fun. You're able to, you type the questions, you can edit as you would like, and you either get it right or wrong, right? So let's get one wrong. Okay, so that gives you an idea. Interactive image. So this is the example of a cell, okay? So instead of having like all the parts listed, you can do it on an interactive image that is friendlier for everybody, okay? So just another example. And you can also create social media assets. These days, teachers use Twitter a lot. So this type of creations are very fast to do and they're popular. And also for personal branding, you can do like a resume, but this is also useful. Like the first week of a school, for example, you do an about me presentation. You can have the students have an about me slide. It's fun. It can be used in many ways. And I'll show you one more infographic. I can send you the presentation later and you can look through all the examples yourself. So this is a vertical infographic. You can include graphs. It's just great for data visualization for everybody, okay? So just to give you an idea of everything you can create. And the success of Genially, or the difference with Genially, is the interactivity. You can apply interactivity to any element in the canvas. You can even bring presentations. If you have PowerPoints or if you have any other format, you could upload it and edit on Genially, okay, and make it interactive. You can apply animations, monitoring. You're able to see the performance of the presentation and integration. You can integrate, as you saw, you can integrate Google Maps or YouTube videos within Genially, but also you can integrate whatever you create, you can also integrate with any other platform. Like you can share your creations to Google Classroom, to Microsoft Teams, to the LMS that you use in the school. You can it integrates both ways, kind of thing. So we brought together the best of Office tools and design, okay, in one place. Right now, as I said, we're from Spain. We're originally from Cordoba, Spain, but it's a global company and we have 10 million users worldwide. As I said, most of those users are educators, like 80% of those users are educators and universities, schools, instructional designers. That's the main public for Genially, okay? And we continue to grow exponentially. These are some of the premium features. I'm not gonna go through them, but I'll send you the presentation later. I will just encourage you to try to register, and then see how you like it. And I'm gonna head over to the hands-on demonstration now, okay? So that you can see how to do a Genially from scratch. And I'm gonna do a little lesson or activity about Frida Kahlo today that I hope everybody will enjoy seeing. And this is the editor. So once you register on Genially and enter, this is what you're going to see, okay? You're already in Genially. So the first thing that you see are the 12 different categories with with the different themes, and inside are the templates. Before I go inside, I want to show you here, you have an inspiration section. So here you're going to see Genially by other educators, and I'll show you educators or other people, other users. So it's also a good source of inspiration. People share their Geniallys in there as well. Okay. But I'm going to go here. And for this demonstration, I said I was going to do a Frida Kahlo activity, and I'm going to head to personal branding because that's where the template that I want to use is located. Okay. So let me find it. I'm going to use this template today. Okay. And before you select any template, you're able to preview. Okay. If you see you like it, you can just hit use this template. Okay. As you can see, the template has nothing to do with Frida Kahlo, but we're going to personalize it in such a way that it's going to look totally different. And you're going to see how easy it is. And you can do it about any other character or about yourself. All right. So now we're inside the editor. The template is open. And as you can see, this template has several pages. We are here in pages. All the options, most of the options are in here, like in many other programs. So I don't need the pages. So I'm just going to delete the pages that I don't need right now, okay? Because I'm only going to use the first one. So that's normally the first thing that you can do. If you see there's a lot of things you don't want, you can delete. Okay. And now I'm going to start editing, and I'm gonna write the title, and I'm gonna write it here as well. This is where you name your Genially. Okay. Okay. Cool. And I'm going to delete the elements that I don't want. So I don't want this element. I'm going to delete. I don't want this element. I click on top, I select, and I delete using delete. If it lets me. Ah, there we go. Okay, and now I'm gonna center this a bit more. Okay. This, before I move this, I'm gonna make a group, and you're gonna see how. I select this, I select this, and I hit these three little dots, and now I can move everything together without leaving anything behind. Okay, so I do this, and instead of experience, I'm gonna do works. And instead of contact, I'm gonna do listen. And you're gonna see why in a minute, okay? All right, in About Me, I'm going to, I've been researching Frida already, so I have a little bio already. So I'm gonna click interactivity. That little finger leads you to the interactivity. And I'm gonna select window, and in window, I'm going to add the little biography that I have found, that I have researched, okay? And I'm gonna come back here, and I'm going to paste, okay? And I'm gonna click save, okay? In Works, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna click the little finger here, and I am gonna do window as well. And in here, I'm going to add a photo, okay? Okay, and I have it ready as well. Okay, photo, and I'm also going to add a website that I've been researching with different paintings from Frida. So students can see more if they want, okay? And as you can see, the website displays automatically, okay? And in Listen, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add same thing, interactivity. And every time I click an element, this menu changes, okay? I don't know if you realize, so it has different editing options in every case, okay? For Listen, I'm going to do a video that I found where Frida speaks. We hadn't listened her voice before, so that was pretty amazing, I thought. So, okay. And there you go. And that's the video, okay? Save. Now, I'm gonna do the image, okay? Here, I am going to use the replace option. You could go to image and upload from your computer, from a URL. You can use some of the images from the library. You can add from Google Drive. You can add from Dropbox. So there's many options to add images, but I'm gonna use replace in this option here. And I'm gonna use a GIF because they're very popular right now, and you can access GIFs directly with Genially, so that's very handy for the creations. I hit search, and I'm gonna look for a Jiffy. Let's use this one, that's okay. And I hit replace, and the photo has been replaced by the GIF that I have selected. And here, I am going to do a quote, okay? So I have a quote here. And I'm just going to click on this and paste the quote. And again, I'm gonna do it a bit bigger. You have the options here. So I'm just gonna do it a bit bigger. And now a really cool feature is the graphs. With Genially, you can add graphs and they're interactive. So you're gonna see in a minute how that works. So you would hit the little button here, and there's many color palettes to pick from for your graphs. You see they're changing. I'm gonna select this one, and as you enter the data, the values, as you enter the values, it changes, right? So I'm gonna leave empathy. I'm gonna do creativity. I'm gonna do 50%, you see, and they moved. I'm gonna do painting. Well, this is just an example, okay? Don't pay attention to writing. Okay, so let's say we're doing this, okay? Let's do anyway. So you do just any values that you want and you add them in there, okay? And the graph is gonna change, okay? And the same we're gonna do for the other one. You can add the skills that you want, and we can do the same. And you're gonna see how that looks later. All right. All right, 60, and we leave that one. As you can see, it changes, okay? The graphs changes. That's the whole point of what I want to show you, okay? So the graphs are ready now, okay? And the next thing we're going to do is to change this background. Is not very, Frida is with the skyscrapers. I'm gonna change the background. So I'm gonna come here to background, okay? And I I'm going to go down to the library of images, okay? And I'm gonna find one that it kind of matches with the content that I'm creating, okay? So there's a lot of stock images, and you could upload your own as well. If you have your own brand or your own something, you can upload it in here as well. And I know the one that I'm looking for. Let me see if I find it. Here we go, this one, okay? And I also, as you can see, I changed the canvas, but it didn't change the background. The background, you're not gonna see it, but I'm gonna change it anyway, the base, because I like to do it complete. We have a great design team, graphic design team. So there's new templates every week. So you're never gonna get, it doesn't get boring because there's always new assets, either backgrounds, templates, there's always new everything, okay, within Genially. I didn't say before, but if you wanna see how your creation is going, you can just hit preview and see how it looks. I'm gonna click all set so that you can see. We're gonna finalize it, okay? So Frida Kahlo, all set. I'm gonna publish it, okay? And I'm gonna view it. Then I'm gonna show you how to share it, but I'm gonna view it first, okay? Here we go. So this is how it will look. The graphs are interactive, as I said, so you're able to see the values as you go over them, which is pretty cool. And then you can click on the elements, and the information that we have entered, it's there, okay? So you can see everything that you enter, and I enter very simple things. You can, as I said, you can embed pretty much anything that you would like. So you can see the video from here. So this is how it will be. And then your sharing options, once you're ready, you can click here and you can share with the link. You can send this link or give this link to anybody and they would be able to see. You can insert the iframe code anywhere you would like. You can send via email, you can share to social medias, and you can share to Google Classroom as well in one click, okay, or Microsoft Teams. If you want to share in another LMS that you may use in the school or somewhere, you can just share this link. And with the link, it normally displays with all the interactivity within the LMS, okay? And that's it. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed and you give it a shot. I promised David I would have a promo code for all of you. That's the promo code. I do have something else to say. We have partnered with Google for another event, and it's happening on Wednesday, 2 days from now, on Wednesday. If you're a Google trainer or innovator, and I think there might be some in this meeting, we're gonna do some trial licenses for the Google trainers and innovators. So make sure you sign up for the event on Wednesday. May sent an email to all trainers and innovators. So it's gonna be very similar to this one, but just make sure you're in the list for the trial license if you're interested. And this is the promo code as well, okay? So my contact information, I'm in Atlanta. I'm available for any sort of event. Call me, I'm happy to do a little demo anytime, okay? So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Conchi. That was wonderful. I know the first time I saw Genially, I was blown away by it. So I hope you were too. I hope you can see the value that this platform can do for you and your students. So again, thank you for demonstrating. That was great.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead, and up next is our friend Sarah. She made it in finally. So she is here. She's going to work on a self-checking snowman activity. And so go ahead and Sarah,
Okay, great. Can you hear me?
we can.
Okay, perfect. So this is just our free giveaway for this month. I've actually posted it on Twitter as well, but the links are here for you, or you can just copy down those bit.lys. But this is a self-checking activity using one of those tips that I put in our 12 Days of Tech, where you can kind of keep kids from clicking to the wrong place in a presentation. It's themed for winter, but it's not themed for holidays, so you can still keep using it. It's just snowmen. But the idea is, I think it'll be easier if I show you. So this is an example that I've done with my algebra students, but I'm going to share a blank template. But kids can, well, I hope. There we go. Kids can come in and click on any snowman's accessory, and it will pop up a question for them. And then after they've done those problems, they can choose this check button, which takes them, what I told them was, into the cabin. And they find those same accessories, and they can click on it to find their answers. So they can come in and check for themselves. Then they can go back to the activity and go to the next snowman. So there are actually 27 snowmen with 3 questions each. I use this for a big midterm review. You could definitely delete some of those out. But what I have linked for you in the slides is a blank template. So it's that same thing, but without my algebra questions in there. There are some directions at the beginning, but basically all the questions are already linked up for you. So all you would have to do is put question 1 here, and then go put answer 1 where it says answer 1. So it would all be there ready for you to go. We have actually used this at our school. I used it with my 8th graders for algebra, but we've also put one together for 1st graders, and they really like, with fewer snowmen, we deleted a few slides, but they really liked going through and finding their questions, but then also going through the closet and finding their answers. So again, all linked up for you, and hopefully it's something you can use.
Sarah, thank you so much for doing that. I love that. You're so good at the templates. I feel like some people have a gift for that, and you're really good at that. So thank you for sharing with us. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Also, looking at some of the things that that Sarah put together. Sarah also coordinated our 12 Days of Tech last month. So if you missed any of that, we've got the link for it in our slides this month. So feel free to check that out. That was a really cool, each day was a different video on a Google tool or a way to use something, and there's templates in there. So thank you, Sarah, for putting this together for us too in December. And that was a really fun way to kind of engage with everybody. And I hope that we got a lot out of it. And if you missed it, go back and you can check on any of the days and see if there's something that is worthwhile for you. Also, speaking of looking back, we are always looking at ways that we can improve. I'm a big believer in feedback and growing, and we as a community in GEG, we're looking for how can we better serve the teachers in Kentucky. So there is a form in here this month, a feedback form about what you would like to see from us. You know, we do a monthly meeting. Some people can't make it during that time, but they watch the recorded session, and they get some stuff out of that. And maybe you're not really into the monthly meetings, but there are other ways that we can engage with you. So if you could fill out that form, give us a little feedback. We're always looking for ways that we can improve here at GEG Kentucky. So, you know, we are all volunteer teachers and digital learning coaches and some other things as well. So we're always looking for ways that we can, you know, make this community better for everyone who is involved. So feel free to get in there, get into the feedback form, and give us some feedback. And I do have the link down here in the speaker notes if your link to the form is not working. As always, we have our group links. So follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, visit our website. Our website has all of our slides linked to it, and our our YouTube channel has all of our recordings as well. And join our Google group if you'd like to email the group for any questions. You can always put questions in the back channel document and we can look at that as well. So if you need anything moving forward, please feel free to let us know. We'd love to see everybody. Sorry, David, I just removed you. We'd love to see everybody. So thank you to everyone who came to the meeting today. Does anybody else have anything to add?
Not at this time.
Talking.
I'm just like, I want to again thank Conchi for coming and demonstrating that wonderful tool.
My pleasure.
So if you have the opportunity on Wednesday, please go and learn some more.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for coming. That's really appreciated. That's a really neat, I love to find ways to engage with students. So I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you.